Good evening, this is George from Ireland and welcome from Brussels, which, as you probably know, is the capital of Belgium. So this video is about why Brussels is well worth visiting. It's often overlooked because it's overshadowed by its more glamorous neighbours, Amsterdam and Paris. But Brussels has a lot to offer in terms of art galleries, museums. There's the Horta Gallery of this famous Belgian architect. There's La Grande Place, which is the nearest thing the city comes to having a focal point. I'll show you that tomorrow. The Royal Palace, Palais de la Nation, which is the Parliament building. There's a European Parliament building, and there is these European Space Agencies based here, various things, plenty of parks. So it packs in a lot, even though it's quite overlooked. It's a very good jumping off point for day trips around Belgium and into the Netherlands for looking at battlefields of the First World War. Although Belgium is a very flat country, Brussels is one of the few hilly areas in it. Despite that, it's fairly good for cycling. The very centre of the city is quite flat. There are hills on either side. There's a canal which bisects the city. There's no river, surprisingly. What else I'd point out? It's got superb public transport. Public transport is ubiquitous, efficient, affordable, and therefore hiring a car would be unwise. The city is fairly anti-car, difficult to park, expensive to park, so very much gone for green policies. What else would I say? Culinary delights. That's another reason to come to Belgium. Real treats, particularly in Brussels. Moule frite is one of its best known dishes. That's mussels, the shellfish obviously, and they often say it in French even if people are speaking English. It's well known for waffles and Belgian chocolate. They put plenty of cream on things. If they do serve chips, they often like to dip them in mayonnaise. They're very keen on that. So they've got the best of sort of French and Dutch cuisine with their own individual national twist. Brussels is a bilingual city, French speaking and Flemish speaking. But the city doesn't really seem to be divided into zones based on language. It's a very multi-ethnic city. There are a lot of Congolese Belgians, Congolese Algerian people and so forth. There are a lot of people from other European countries such as Romania and Spain living here, and indeed people from further afield. The ethnic minority Belgians, as in the Belgian Moroccans or the Belgians from sub-Saharan Africa, they're usually French speaking. Despite this, quite a lot of people speak English. There are plenty of signs up in English because it's so international and owing to the presence of the European Parliament. So it has an awful lot to offer. Here we are in the Saint-Gilles district, which, despite being one of the less affluent districts, it's got plenty of handsome architecture, all a bit individual. It's got just the right level of untidiness, plenty of green space. You'll notice, well, elsewhere you'd notice, not in this particular backdrop, life is lived on the street to a great extent. There are many street-side cafes. People seem to be constantly drinking beer, even at lunchtime, but they're sipping it very slowly. So don't worry, there's very little public inebriation. And many places only serve beer. Even if it says cafe, they may not serve coffee, it might be beer only. It's astonishing that a place with such a high beer consumption of waffles and chocolate and so forth, doesn't have loads of people who are obese. So the message is, pay Brussels a visit. You'll be pleasantly surprised.